What's up? Day 218. I forgot to record last night, but here's the plan. So okay, what did I do yesterday? Yesterday I ran out of Claude code for the week. So the change of plans are due date of when I'm going to actually launch the outbound campaign is gonna have to start next week. I have not built out the workflows and the assets. I've got the everything prompted, but I haven't actually submitted the prompts into Claude Code because I ran out. So in terms of that, and then building the new assets for the new ICP, it's gonna happen all tomorrow and Sunday. Maybe not Sunday, I might be busy Sunday, Saturday, Monday. Today we need to set out our scripts for an outbound campaign, mainly for the secondary ICP. At first I'm gonna try work this lead on this property lawyer that I met earlier this week, and that should be a great way for me to not have to use tools and so much of my resources, I guess, apart from my own human resource, to try and secure like a dev partnership with a firm so that I can validate whether or not this works. Now obviously it's a little different because that's a New Zealand firm and the regulations, or not the regulations, they're pretty similar. Well, not right now. New Zealand is ahead on the data regulations, but in terms of the tools they use, it's different, and so that has to be an adjustment. But it's still the same process, it's still the same offer, and I need to validate whether or not it's viable and scalable, whether it's gonna provide much value. And then once it's validated, once I've got the KPIs, maybe like 3 weeks of KPIs, they've piloted, they've tested it, they've run it, then that'll validate me really trying to pivot. But for the meanwhile, obviously focus on cash flow, and I'm settled on photographers. Now technically it's more specifically real estate photographers, but I'm open to any. And how that would work is I just have to change the top of funnel, and it's pretty scalable because the top of funnel changes, but oh shit, no, that's wrong. I lied. Different ICP would, like, different kind of photographer would change a lot of the funnel. Like, it would change every major milestone of the funnel, but the in-between steps is going to be the same. Like the nurturing and stuff like that, the outreach would be pretty much the same. It's going to be cold email and also Instagram, which the Instagram is a lot less scalable because I don't have any inbound. I don't have a lot of followers. That account has like 20 something followers, which means I do think it's good to pivot that account's branding to AI focused or something like that. I need to figure out how that's going to work, because it needs to be something that these photographers can trust, given that my ICP has changed, or at least, yeah, given that that's what the account's gonna be used for, which is great. It means this, but the Instagram DM approach, that funnel or that channel is gonna be very manual. It's hard to scale that because you can't automate cold outreach. That's bot spamming. I'm gonna get banned. So it's just me manually looking for photographers, messaging them. And the thing is, right, while I want it to be focused on real estate photographers, the thing is cash flow and capital generation is the focus. So I really want to expand the top of funnel. Unfortunately, that's not how it works. It's going to actually be a different funnel because they're not the same. How a real estate photographer finds leads is different to how someone who takes photographs for cars. And that's just the nature of things. So, which means the offer, well, the offer is not going to be different, but there are things to change. And it's going to be harder to scale with this approach. So maybe for now, it's just going to be locked into the real estate and get the most out of that. But whatever comes my way, I will take it. Which means I'm not going to worry about, okay, what am I saying? It means just, I don't want to be I'm just gonna take what I can get, pretty much. I've determined what my sales funnel will look like. It's gonna be three major steps. The first is the top of funnel will be a lead list offered, and this will be offered in Instagram and on cold email outreach. Yo, what's up? I don't know how that's gonna work. I need to figure out what I'm gonna say and how I'm going to approach that. I think on Instagram it's a lot easier. A lot easier on Instagram, given that they can just check my profile and see, oh, it's the real dude. And yeah, he looks like he's an AI dude who's also interested in photography or something like that, whatever. I send them that, and then also needs to be some sort of embed that tracks, or a link. Okay, a link might be a little sus, but an embed ideally where it will track if they opened it or not, interacted with it, so then I know that I did not just send something that didn't fucking work. They interact with it, lead gets captured, then I try to progress to the next qualifier. This one's a big one. It's the buying intent qualifier. So this is going to be a scorecard that basically just tries to narrow down how their lead generation problem works, how their lead generation works and where their problems are, and then that will determine, the score determines their buying intent. Well, they'll get a score. That score works two ways. For me, it's how I determine their buying intent, which is derived from how bad their pain point is. If it's a high score, I can directly pitch a lot sooner. And if it's a lower score, I have to offer a free trial. And so what that is going to do is it's going to direct them to the third one, which is a demo. So now they've gone from product aware to problem aware to now problem aware and solution aware, because I'm going to send them a demo, and the demo is going to take them from solution aware to product aware. And fortunately, if they have low buying intent, I can't just pitch them, and especially because photographers are working with it. If they're an agency, they're not that price sensitive, but if they're solo, they definitely will be. And so I have to be careful with what I do in the pitch. So it's probably just gonna be a free trial, 7-day free trial, OTP gated, and then it's gonna be the same exact demo. I'm gonna send them the same exact demo. All I have to do is the intro is just gonna be personalized. So I'm calling it par baked demo. Have you seen those par baked croissants at Pack and Save? They're baked but not fully baked, So you just have to chuck them in like an oven for like 10-15 minutes. It'll bake the almond croissant fully, but the bread is baked mostly. It has its structure, and so that's what I'm gonna do. Power bake demos. The actual demonstration of the live screen recording of me interacting with the tool and the offer. It's there, and then all I have to do is, because it's the end of the funnel, so it's bottom of funnel, so there's not going to be that many I have to record, which is good. And so it's super scalable because I'm reusing the same exact thing, and the only thing I have to make new is not that often because it's a bottom of funnel thing. And then all I have to do is just say, make the intro like, hey, what's up, blah blah blah, and I'm addressing them by name, and then I'm like, yo, what's up, this is how it works. And then I think I might have to record the ending, which would be me offering either a direct pitch, sales pitch, or the free trial. I could imagine there would be a lot of free trial offered because I might be working with capturing a lot of solos, which unfortunately does mean they might not be that willing. Now, the reason why I want the free trial, you know how a free trial works. They start using it, they're like, wow, super useful. And then not only are they now solution aware, but now they become solution dependent, or not product aware, product dependent. They're product dependent because they've used it and they realize how good it is, how good this offer is, and they're like, wow, I can't really imagine myself not using this. I've been using it for the past week and it has provided a lot of value. So I guess I will subscribe. Well, it's not subscribe, but it will be a subscription. I mean, I look-y think I might have actually accidentally developed a SaaS product using different tools. Like it is very productized, which is great. It's super scalable what I'm offering, because I don't have to make a new one each and every time for the most part. So probably could just be a subscription, but yeah, because there's no setup if they're just instantly using it, so it's probably have to be a subscription. Can't really offer a setup fee. So yeah, I've pretty much, I mean, given that this offer is productized, and then the this is a bit weird. The upsells, like stuff like, oh, I can make you a proposal drafter. Now that can be, productized. You just make a RAG agent, and you just have to make a namespace for this specific niche, and then work with probably just a pilot client, and then they'll show you how their proposals get drafted, how they draft their own proposals, and you can just generally just recognize a pattern, like, oh, they generally have this thing in their proposals for this niche, and then you just kind of like, run that. I guess the only caveat would be maybe they want it to be stylized, like they want to chuck it in like Canva or something, or Word, and have it like a specific style and aesthetic that follows their brand, which is fine. That might be where the setup fee would get charged for an upsell like that. Is weird because normally you would think an upsell would be aligned with the original pricing model of, so if you're doing a subscription based pricing model, then your upsell is just an increase in subscription. Or if you're doing a setup fee plus retainer, then it's just setup fee plus retainer, and then the upsell will be maybe an added setup fee plus another setup fee, and then increase on the retainer. But now that it's switched up, I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to figure that out, how that's gonna work. Given that, wow, okay, yeah, I'll figure that out. But sales funnel is pretty much determined, and today I'm just writing a bunch of shit, mapping it all out, and then getting it ready for production, so that like when I make a prompt, so that when I have the prompts ready, everything renews, and then I just chuck it in, bing bam boom, produced, and then all I have to do is just final testing, end-to-end testing, and then I can take it to production and then deploy it and work sales. But yeah, I have some phone calls to make later on today, and that's pretty much my day. I went for a morning run. Oh wait, what am I talking about today? I'm supposed to be talking about yesterday. Yeah, 17-minute video. I'm gonna cut it short here. Goodbye. God bless you all.